Have you ever felt afraid? Have you ever faced a moment when everything seemed dark, when enemies surrounded you and you didn't know where to turn? We all have those moments. But today, I want to share with you one of the most powerful and comforting passages in the entire Bible. Psalm 27. This ancient prayer has given courage to millions of people throughout history, and it can give you courage too. Before we dive in, if you find this message helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with someone who needs encouragement today. Your support helps us reach more people with these life-changing truths. Aho! Do you know Psalm 27? Psalm 27 was written by King David, a man who knew what it meant to face danger. David wasn't always a king sitting safely in a palace. Before he wore a crown, he was a shepherd boy who fought lions and bears. He was a young warrior who faced the giant Goliath when everyone else was afraid. He spent years running for his life from King Saul, who wanted to kill him. He hid in caves, lived in the wilderness, and experienced betrayal from people he trusted. David knew fear. He knew what it felt like to have enemies. But David also knew something else. He knew God. And that knowledge changed everything. The light in the darkness. The psalm begins with these incredible words. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Think about those words for a moment. David doesn't say, I am strong, so I won't fear. He doesn't say, I have a great army, so I'm safe. He says the Lord, God himself, is his light and salvation. What does it mean that God is our light? When you're in complete darkness, even a small light changes everything. You can see where you're going. You can avoid dangers. You know you're not alone. God is that light in our darkest moments. When confusion surrounds us, when we don't know what to do, when fear tries to paralyze us, God's presence lights up our path. And salvation? That word means rescue, deliverance, safety. David is saying that God is not just showing him the way. God is actually saving him, protecting him, delivering him from danger. If this is speaking to your heart right now, take a second to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming messages about finding strength in difficult times. When enemies attack, David continues, when the wicked advance against me to devour me, when my enemies and my foes attack me, they will stumble and fall. Notice David doesn't say if enemies come. He says when. He's realistic. He knows that in this life, we will face opposition. We will have people who misunderstand us, who work against us, who wish us harm. We will face spiritual battles, health challenges, financial pressures, and relationship conflicts. But here's the key. David's confidence isn't in his own strength. It's in God's protection. He's saying that when enemies come against him, they will stumble and fall, not because David is so powerful, but because God is fighting for him. This is such an important truth for us today. You might be facing enemies right now. Maybe not physical enemies with swords, but enemies of fear, anxiety, depression, or discouragement. Maybe you're facing people who oppose you or situations that seem impossible. David's message is clear. When you trust in God, those enemies will not have the final word. Unshakable confidence. Then David makes an even bolder statement. Though an army besiege me, my heart will not fear. Though war break out against me, even then I will be confident. Can you imagine that level of peace? Even if an entire army surrounded him, even if full-scale war erupted around him, David says his heart would not fear. That seems impossible, doesn't it? How can someone have that kind of confidence? The answer comes in the next verse, where David reveals the secret of his strength. The one thing I ask from the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord and to seek him in his temple. Here's the secret. David's greatest desire wasn't safety, wealth, or success. It was intimacy with God. He wanted to be in God's presence. He wanted to behold God's beauty. He wanted to seek God and know him deeply. This is revolutionary. Most of us come to God asking for things. Heal this, fix that, give me this, protect me from that. And God cares about all those things. But David understood something profound. When you have God, you have everything you need. When you're in his presence, everything else falls into perspective. Take a moment right now to share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. And hit that subscribe button to join our community of believers growing in faith together. Hidden and protected. David goes on to describe how God protects him. For in the day of trouble, he will keep me safe in his dwelling. He will hide me in the shelter of his sacred tent and set me high upon a rock. What beautiful imagery! God doesn't just stand at a distance, watching. He actively hides us, shelters us, lifts us up. When storms come, and they will come, we have a refuge. We have a place of safety. That place is in God's presence. Hope and courage. The psalm ends with this powerful encouragement. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. Sometimes God's deliverance doesn't come immediately. Sometimes we have to wait. But David encourages us to wait with strength, to wait with courage, to wait with hope. Because the Lord is faithful. He will come through. He will fight for us. He will be our light and our salvation. Your application today. So what does this mean for you today? Whatever you're facing, whether it's fear, enemies, problems, or darkness, you can declare with David, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" You don't have to be strong enough on your own. You don't have to figure everything out. You just need to seek God's presence, trust in his protection, and wait with confidence for his deliverance. Before you go, please do 3 things. First, subscribe to this channel so you can continue growing in your faith. Second, hit that like button to help others discover this message. And third, share this video with someone who needs encouragement today. Together, we can spread hope and light in a dark world. Remember, the Lord is your light and your salvation. Whom shall you fear? Be strong, take heart, and trust in him today.